Good afternoon, Owen Devereaux with CFRY Mix 96 Portage Online. With me today is Carole Lupkowski, a representative with the Heart and Stroke Foundation, and her daughter Tessa. Carole, Tessa, thank you very much for taking a little bit of time out, especially during a significant month such as this. It is Heart and Stroke Month. Let's talk a little bit about the month and a little bit about the kit that we have right here. Let's talk about the month first, Carole. First off, what is the significance of having Heart and Stroke Month? What's the message?
Well, the message is, first of all, we have canvassers going out canvassing in Portage and throughout the province for funding for education and research, and because I'm sure we all know someone who's been affected by heart disease.
Let's talk a little bit about, as well, getting the message out there. How do you do so? And how do these kits contribute to getting the message out as well?
Well, one of the important things is that everyone should learn CPR. And the Heart and Stroke, through a grant, was able to provide these friends and family kits so that people could learn CPR at home. And basically, because there's a video inside, there's a mini and mannequin, they can take as little as 20 minutes to learn CPR.
Let's find out a little bit more about the kit itself. Walk me through what exactly is a part of it. If Tessa, you could open it up and show us a little bit of what we actually see in there. What is all a part of this kit itself?
Well, the kit contains a DVD that has all the information on learning not only CPR, but how to deal with someone who's choking. There is a mannequin, a mini mannequin that you would blow up, and that's what you would do your training on. There's an extra lung in there for practice purposes, and there is just the general information that they can read about as well.
It is very intriguing to look at all the wealth of information that is available. How many of these are out and about in the community?
Well, I know Portage was given about 100 back in November, and some went to the schools and some went to local instructors, and then they were given out throughout the community.
That is great. Once again, it's very important to be able to learn CPR. It can save a life. And we are going to show you in just a few moments the proper way to administer CPR. Welcome back, Owen Devereaux, once again here with volunteer Tessa. She is going to be showing us and walking us through the process of properly administering CPR. Tessa, first off, when you see someone that appears to be in distress, what is the first thing a person should be doing?
They should check if they actually need help or if they're just sleeping. So you go like this. Hey, are you okay? Are you okay? If they don't respond, then you gotta ask someone to go call 911 like this. Hey you, go call 911 right now.
Let's talk about that. You have figured out that this person does in fact need CPR. Walk me through the next step. What do you need to do?
Well, you need to put your hands like this and lock your elbows, and then you should probably start doing compressions. You put your hands in the middle of the chest, like where this button on the mannequin is.
Where should your hand be making contact with the chest? Is it the palm or the heel?
The heel of your hand. So you'll get bruised there after a while.
So it should always be the heel of the hand that is making pressure on the breastbone, on the center of the chest when it comes to applying CPR. Let's talk about what happens next. How many times should you actually do these compressions?
Well, if you're doing it with breaths, like doing compressions and breathing, then you do 30 and then 2 breaths. And then 30 again, and 2 breaths, and so on until they regain consciousness.
Is there a certain rhythm or timing to it?
Yeah, my mom tells me to do it to the rhythm of Staying Alive by the Bee Gees.
Once you have 30, what should you be doing with the person when it comes to applying the breaths? Is there a certain way the neck and the head should be?
Well, if you are going to do the breaths, then you tilt their head back like this, pinch their nose, and then just breathe in.
Very interesting. Thank you very much. Now, what we're going to do next is I'm going to try and do it properly. Welcome back. So now I'm going to try and administer CPR. First off, you have to link your hands together. Is it something like this?
Yes.
All right, so something like that, as you can see, should be right up against the center like that.
There.
A little further down? Okay, now lock the elbows, is that correct?
Otherwise you're just doing push-ups and it doesn't really help.
So this is wrong, this is right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, now on the practice dummy you should hear it clicking. If you hear the clicking, that means you're doing it correctly.
Okay, oh, there you go.
So there you go. So that would be correct, the way it's
right
now. Now, walk me through the process of administering the breaths. What is the proper way the neck should be?
Tilted back Not quite, not snob-like, but beyond it pretty well.
Would this be correct, or is that too much?
Yeah, that's correct.
And you pinch down,
Yeah.
and it's 2 consistent deep breaths.
Yes. Except maybe don't put your hand there because then that blocks their airway and then the breaths can't get in to the lungs.
You keep doing that until the individual regains consciousness?
Yes, or until the paramedics come because then they'll take over.
Tessa, thank you very much for walking me through the process. Once again, this is very important, especially this time of year. Once again, it is Heart and Stroke Month throughout the province, throughout the country, in fact. Many in Portage la Prairie and across the Central Plains have access now to these C.P.R. kits. If you have any questions, always go to the Heart and Stroke Foundation website or talk to individuals who know CPR. Find out the proper way to do it, because you just might be able to save a life. Tessa, thank you very much. I also want to thank Carole as well. For Portage Online, I'm Owen Devereaux.